All right, you guys, we are going to get started on our blog site part 3, which is your blog posts and how we get going with that. So I'm going to show you some ins and outs of the site itself, but then also how a blog post should be written and some things that are expected of it from your rubric. So if you come into your site and your main kind of dashboard here is I'm going to go and click on site. And before we were working in pages when we were doing things, and now we're going to go into posts. Okay, when you come into here, it's going to have your defaults, which would have 3 different things, and they're going to say introduce yourself. So those will be the ones that are automatically there. So I have 2 examples that I've been working on here, and one has more detail than the other. But if you wanted to add another post or anything, you can go over here and click this add new post, and it would do that for you. Okay, I'm going to go back to my site, and if I didn't publish it or anything, it would show up in my drafts. I didn't get started with anything. If I want to delete something, I can click over here and trash it, or I can edit it this way. But I'm going to click on my one that I've been working on for the example post here. And remember that my site is about business education. So my first blog post here is about taking accounting in high school and why you should do it. Now, if you've never written a blog post before, I have included in the rubric here a link to an article that gives you the 4 essential elements to a blog post. So kind of helps you figure out how exactly to write it. And know that you can refer back to in your sitemap that you made with the first assignment within WordPress. One of the things was that you had to research some blog sites. So you can go back and look at the links that you had provided me and go back and see how they wrote their blogs. See how it looks, what are the headings like, what stands out to you, do you like it, do you not like it, what are things that you would pull into yours. So that's something you can look at, but this article here will just kind of give you some good ideas on that part. So one of the first things is having a heading, okay, and then that kind of tagline here. And when you think about a blog post, think about it more of a conversation and sharing information, not just, paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. You're just kind of providing information and also just talking to somebody about things, and you're sharing that there. If you look at your rubric, headline is one of the elements that you need, text and content, just making sure you have correct grammar, spelling, punctuation. Then you need to make sure you add images to help explain, add humor, or improve its flow. So if I look at my site here, I have a picture here. This is the software that we use for accounting. So I just added an image in there. Remember, you can do that up here, adding in those. Okay. Next thing it says, add tags to help individuals find blog posts. So to put a tag in my website, over here on the side, it says tags. And I'm going to add a new tag. So if somebody's searching the internet and they search some of these things, these are things that would help pull up my blog. So it helps people find out what it's about. So you can put those in there. So for me, I put accounting, business education, finances, high school, just things that pertain to the blog post that I am writing. Now remember that when you come in here, there's going to be a lot of words, things that are supposed to help you figure out how to write this. So from like here on out, I don't need this information. So I can just go in and delete that area. If I want another bullet or another text point, I can just, hit enter, delete. It is kind of like a Word document in here that I can navigate a little bit. So we'll go back to a rubric. And then here, this last part of it says minimum of 1 link added for further information about content. So if I'm in right here, I put this article here about why should everyone learn the basics of accounting. There's an article here from Harvard Business School online of the 4 reasons everyone should learn basic accounting. So if I click on that, I put it so that it would open in a new tab. So it doesn't take them away from my blog, but it opens another tab. And it's going to take me to that article. of why everyone should learn basic accounting. So you want it to link to something that pertains to what you're writing about, kind of gives them further information about it, or reiterates what you're trying to say in your post, those kind of things. So a minimum of one link. You can have more than that. Remember that to put a link here, I can, if I wanted to put it just, Harvard Business School, I can highlight whatever I want linked, come up to this little link bar up here, and then I would paste in the URL from the site that I want it to be. So that's how I can put in the link as well. Now, just one other part I wanted to show you here is these bullets and how you can change those if you want them, you don't want them. So here, if I wanted to change that to a numbered bullet, I can do that up here, change it to the ordered list or just bullet points. I can get rid of them if I would like, but otherwise I'm just clicking through, change that. So like you were organizing before in the blocks and designing, that's what you're going to be doing in here. I suggest putting in multiple pictures. So say you're doing a recipe, put in pictures of the ingredients as you go. Whatever it is to add to your blog and the information you're doing. So yeah, that should be about it. Make sure every time you work on it that you come in here and click update. Okay, otherwise it will not save your work. So make sure that you update. And if I just want to go back to my other posts, I can go to another one. And so this one, I just changed the title and there's no other, I haven't changed anything else on it yet. But I was just kind of giving you some examples there before. So we'll just look at the rubric again. Remember, you have 2 blog posts you have to write. And so making sure that you have all this information in each blog post. This is due next week, Thursday. So make sure, which is May 7th. So just make sure that you get your 2 posts written. Remember to make sure you have proper navigation, making sure everything links to everything that I can see. And then to let me know that you finished it, you need to submit it in Google Classroom and just hit the turn in button on the rubric so I know to go look at your site for this part 3. Let me know if you have any questions.